Hydration's important. Welcome to another video, guys. In today's video, I'm gonna be talking about the reason why you don't have the physique that you want, or maybe a certain other goal in your other life, is because of fear. Because it's important to understand that there's probably different types of fears that you're not even aware of yet. And I might help bring awareness to you in this video, because I've coached a lot of one-on-one guys when it comes down to their health and fitness, losing fat, building muscle. And every single guy, he knows he wants to get in good shape, but there's something holding him back. And I've helped bring a lot of awareness in that area and transform their physiques. And yeah, so everyone's different when it comes down to like what they actually fear from getting from point A, where you're currently at right now, to your dream life or how you want to look, etc. Therefore, if you don't understand the type of fear that you might be running from, then you might just be stuck in the same spot year after year. I was like that, like before I started my business and going all in on like competitions when I was competing in my physique. I just had this type of fear that I was running away from, and I wasn't aware of it until I really sat down and thought about it and pinpointed it, and then I took action towards it. With fear, you might have heard different things like false evidence appearing real. Those are cool sayings, but we have to understand that there's different types of fear that's holding you back from getting from point A, where you currently are right here, point A, to point B, okay? So point B is the life that you want to live, the body that you want to have, how you want to show up. Maybe it's the career you want to have, the relationship, the confidence. That's B, that's where you want to get to, and you're currently at point A. So in order to get from point A to point B, there's going to be some fear. There's going to be some fear of failure, judgments, change, success, and discomfort, and this middle part here for you to get to that point B, okay? And that's what we're going to talk about right now. So fear of failure. Fear of failure is mostly uncertainty. It's what if. What if I tried to get into really good shape, get some abs, some bicep veins, and it doesn't work out? What if? What happens? What if I try to do this again, and I've tried in the past and it doesn't work out again? Then that's a second time I'm going to fail at this. For me, recently I had a lot of fear around failure when I quit my job in January 1st, 2024. It's been just over a year now. I had a lot of fear. I put money in the bank to keep myself somewhat safe if I didn't make any money. And I was thinking to myself, like, what if I fail in this business and I have to come back to this job 4 months later? I'm still standing, woohoo, let's go. But there's always some sort of fear around failure that is, it's gonna be there, and that's totally okay. There's gonna be, failure is good. So the point of this video I want you to just quickly think about here is, whenever you have a limiting belief around some sort of fear, that thought, that limiting thought and belief that you have, try to replace it with another thought that is positive. So what if the fear of failure, what if it doesn't work out? What if it does, right? What if it does? What if I try really hard and it takes forever? Okay, what if you try really hard, but it does take forever, but you end up making it and being successful? So you have to change that limiting negative thought or belief with another. That's how you have to start thinking. But sometimes it's, maybe you might not fear failure because you believe in yourself, but you might not even know you fear success. Like, that's something that we're going to talk about as well. So failure is just mostly based around uncertainty. Okay, so that's going to happen. Now, second is judgment. This is a big one. I'm going to tell a really quick story of one of my clients. He started the program with me. He was really excited. He was pumped up. He was hyped. He wanted to get a little bit leaner and build some muscle. He was ready to change his life. And he didn't really fear the change, but what ended up happening is the judgment started to get to him. So he would go to work, and coworkers were asking him questions about what he was doing, and he's saying, I'm starting this program. And then all of a sudden they would give their perspectives and opinions, and he didn't like this sense of judgment or their perspectives and opinions that they were sharing with him, and it got to his head and it slowed him down. So the thing is judgment is going to happen no matter what. And it might be from people that you really care about, your friends and your family. And what I've found is the fear of judgment is people, if they share something with me and they say, oh, you know, it might not work, I'm afraid to do something and then have people share their opinions and perspectives on it. That's something at least I've been through. So what happened with this guy at work is people were like, oh, you don't need to go to the gym. Just come out with us after, work on Wednesday, because we do this thing on Wednesday every time. And he didn't want the people at his work or the coworkers to judge him by doing something, by changing himself to get from point A to point B, because you have to think about it. Most people do fear change. They're comfortable and they might want something better for themselves, but they fear change. So as soon as they see you start to change and do something else, then more than likely they might share their opinions and perspectives, and that judgment comes into play and it might get into your head, right? So judgments is a huge one. Here's another area of judgment real quick, is inadequacy. If you feel like you want to get into good shape, you want those abs, the bicep veins, you want that nice athletic fit physique, but you know someone else that is fit and athletic, you might think to yourself, well, you might judge yourself and say, I might not be as good as them, so why even try? That's a big one too. If I'm gonna relate myself to someone, or if I look at somebody else, I try to find inspiration and it fires me up, rather than being like, oh, this sucks, I won't be as good as them. Just from a judgment standpoint, people hate from below, not from above. So if anyone's doing better than you when it comes down to the physique, or they're bigger, they're stronger, or better career, making more money, they're focused on them, they're not focused on you. People hate from below. So judgments is a huge one, huge one. So the fear of change really comes down to losing control. Losing control of the current situation that you're in. You have the current habits, you have the current lifestyle choices that you're currently doing, but it's not benefiting you, and you know that, but you just fear the change. You know that there's gonna be some sort of discomfort that's gonna happen with that change. You also might not want to change, because I've heard this before from people, is because you think to yourself, if I do change, the betterment for yourself, the people in your life might not like that change and you might lose them. But this is where you have to start thinking just for yourself, right? Like you gotta think, what do you want? And if you change your current situation, let's say you stop going out to the bars every single weekend and drinking and eating crappy food and then waking up feeling like crap, even though that's a good time every now and then, but you stop doing it every single weekend. Through that change, you're fearing that you might lose out on your current friend group or circle, and you don't want to lose that. The change that you're gonna feel is just, it's scary, but without change, there's no growth. This might sound silly, but like a tree is not gonna grow any taller if it doesn't go through seasons and it doesn't change. Like you have to go through seasons in your life. If you really wanna get to point B, you're gonna have to change. In order to be successful, to build a physique, to have a body that you're proud of, the confidence that comes with it, and to have this new lifestyle, there's gonna be a lot of discomfort that's associated with that path from point A to point B. So you might not even think this, but success, you might fear the fact of, if you become successful in your goal, building your dream body, maybe it's starting a new career and making more money, or a relationship, and it becomes successful, you might not even think about it, but subconsciously it might tie into a fear of like, okay, well, what happens if I become successful? So here's one that I've struggled with. Okay, so you become a lot more disciplined in your routine and your body starts to show for it. It's almost like people expect you to be disciplined all the time, and then they question you, or there's some sort of judgment towards you doing something that doesn't seem healthy, even though you're trying to balance it out. It's almost like this weight on your shoulders of like, you're this person out of your circle, your group that needs to show all the time that you're disciplined. And that can be hard too, because now you become successful. And it's like, should I have a beer every once in a while? Should I do this? And it gets in your head. That's something that you might not even think about. So hopefully this video made sense, you guys. I just really wanted to kind of bring around this idea again of there's different areas of fear. And you have to understand, if you want to build a successful, because I am a coach, if you want to build a successful body and mindset and actually stay in good shape for a long time, not just like start a program, get in good shape and fall off, there are so many things that you're going to experience, and you just have to continue to push through. There's going to be a lot of discomfort. You're going to experience success and think to yourself, is this enough? You're going to experience a lot of change, and the change is going to make you feel not comfortable. You're going to experience a lot of judgment from people and with yourself, and you're also going to experience a lot of failure. But just dive into it. Just look at it and feel like, okay, there's a lot of different emotions happening throughout this process of getting from point A to point B. But I mean, again, like nothing is linear. Like you're not going to start here for a weight loss journey, let's say, and just lose weight. Like it's going to be up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So fear is just, yeah, false evidence appearing real, but you have to experience it in order to get from point A to point B. So this was kind of a different video, and I've been diving into this stuff a lot with my one-on-one clients and stuff. And so, yeah, I'm just gonna be straight up and honest, guys. Like if you do want help with your physique and building a physique that stands out, you have that confidence, you have visible abs, bicep veins, or you feel better in your day-to-day routine, you have better habits and lifestyle choices, I help guys with that. And you can always check the link down below to learn more about what I do and how I can help you. But overall, hopefully this helps you out. Just dive into it. Dive into the fear. You got it. Anyways, that's it. I gotta cook some breakfast or meals. I don't know. Anyways, I'll see you guys around.